When the state took over the education of children in 1870, Sunday schools turned their attention to training the body as well as the soul, and football has a lot to thank them for. Everton Football Club came out of St Domingo's Sunday School, and their current chairman, Bill Kenwright, knows just how important that was.
You go to any Evertonian and you say St Domingo, they'll all know.
Really?
They'll all know. They'll all say, that was our church. The Reverend there decided to start a cricket team in the summer, and it was very successful. And the word is, I wasn't there, believe it or not, the legend is that to keep them fit for the next summer, he started a football team. And that was called St Domingo's, and the word got round that they were good. So they got some ringers in, some people who weren't particularly from the parish of St Domingo's that didn't probably go to the Sunday school. And so they decided to change the name to Everton, which was the communal home of the area. So it started famously from a church.
In 1892, the football club split into two and became Liverpool and Everton. The team that had been St Domingo's crossed over to the other side of the park and established their ground at Goodison.
Goodison Park was the first purpose-built football stadium in the land.
I didn't know that.
It was the very first.
And was there still the church connection, the Sunday school connection at that point?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, got bigger, because if you look here, you'll see that is St Luke's Church. That is still there in the corner of our ground. Now, wow. I don't know whether there are any other football clubs in the world that have a church in the corner, but St Luke's is still there.
So were you saying that really some of the values that birthed the club still exist in the club today?
I would like to think all of the values. I'm a Christian. I just believe that the church and football have to be role models to each other. I think community is important.
Yes.
So we started in 1988 a football in the community program. That football in the community program at Everton is the biggest source of pride to our football club imaginable. We're there for the underprivileged, for the abused, for anyone with a problem or even a hope on Merseyside. Now, if that's not based on church thinking, I don't know what it is.
For many, the mention of Sunday school brings memories flooding back.
The anniversary days, I suppose, really became part of the highlight of the year. Because obviously, apart from anything else, one had a new dress, you know, for the Sunday school anniversary.
I used to think how good it would be to carry one of the banners in the great Sunday school parades which took place. And I had my eye on those poles. First of all, you might be allowed to hold one of the strings that steadied it. But when you reached adolescence, you might just be big enough, and I think I just about made it, to carry the actual banner.
All the other Sunday schools in the area would come to us, and when they had their anniversary, we would go to them, all trooped down through the streets together. Over 100 of us. It was a wonderful time.
In the afternoon and the evening, a large choir made up of the Sunday school children would, in inverted commas, entertain the congregation. There were probably about 50, 60 children, all in their best frocks and so on, were all arranged on the stage, going up in tears. I can never remember my words. I've more or less got written on my sleeve, you know, which is quite against the rules, to sing some solo, and it was always some daft business about, you know, birds and bees and trees and flowers and what have you. There's no amplification or anything. If you couldn't be heard, that was you off, and they got somebody else in, you know.
I can remember we had this afternoon when we were pretending to bake. I don't think we had any ingredients whatsoever. And then the teachers took away our cake tins. And they came back with all these cakes that we'd made, which I think what they were trying to teach us is that miracles do happen.
The thing that really stays with me is the beginning of faith. And it is, I think, very important that children are able to have that starting place, and from there your spiritual journey develops.
Songs, definitely. I can still sing them. Now Zacchaeus was a very little man, and a very little man was he. You have to have the actions.
Father, just before we go, hear our prayers tonight. We are all our children here. This is what we pray. Keep us till the morning light and throughout the day. Nice little simple hymns, and they're very nice.
I remember particularly singing There Is a Green Hill Far Away, which helped to explain with the music, helped to explain the story, the Easter story, in a way that children could best understand.